This is Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt from an Expat's Russia, where we answer your questions about what it's like to live, work, and travel in Russia.
Hi everyone, welcome to this video. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Today, we're going to talk about why Russians don't smile. And before we get into this, nobody get offended. These are just simply our observations and why we think Russians don't smile. Marcus, I think if you're an American and you go to Russia, one of the first things that surprises you most is that Russians are seemingly very cold. They definitely do not smile. You go to the store and you just get this kind of angry face. What do you want? And I think this puts a lot of people off in the beginning when they first get to Russia, especially Moscow. I've thought about why Russians don't smile. I think it's a very complex set of factors that influence it. But generally, if you ask a Russian why they don't smile, they usually say something along the lines of, well, we do smile, but we don't smile at strangers. And to be honest, I think that's actually quite true. Like, they reserve smiles and sort of enthusiasm for their friends and their family rather than spending it on all of the people that they see during the day, which again, for an American, comes across as strange. But at the same time, I would also say as an American, sometimes in the US, people absolutely overdo it. You go to the store or restaurant and someone's just like smiling at you, very strange and way too much. Yeah. Especially after having spent time in Russia, you notice those things way more than you might not have otherwise. But what do you think? I mean, why do you think Russians don't smile?
Yeah, it's really hard to put into words. Obviously, when you go there, you'll see it happen. You don't really understand why at first, but the more time you spend there, you might start understanding. Maybe not understanding, but kind of on a subconscious level, like, okay, that makes sense, and you kind of don't smile yourself. So it kind of rubs off on you. But in general, I would say maybe something that kind of helps understand it is in the US, if you're talking to a stranger, it's kind of like the stranger would trust you until you give him a reason not to. But in Russia, a Russian won't trust you until you give him a reason to trust you. So a smile can be seen as kind of like, sometimes if it,
a disingenuous sign.
Exactly. Yes. If you smile at a stranger, he's thinking, do I know him? Number one, and two, like, if I don't know him, what does he want? Right? I don't want to be like scammed or something like that. So it's suspicious for some, in a lot of cases, in a lot of scenarios, it's like, why would this person be smiling at me? What does he want from me? And is he going to talk to me and try to sell me something or distract me while somebody, steals my wallet? I don't know. So it's just that's the feeling that I got when I was in Russia. And I don't know, it kind of, I spent quite a long time in Russia. So when I go back to the US, it's kind of awkward to see everyone smile, going back into that kind of situation. But there's pros and cons to each side, right? It's easier to chat with somebody in the US and with a stranger, but maybe it's not so, maybe it's more superficial. In Russia, it's not easy to talk to a stranger, but once you do, it's more of a deep conversation. Not always, but that's my observations.
Right. So, I mean, those are our hypotheses. If you're Russian and you're watching our channel, do let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your reasons as to why Russians don't smile. But I think my one piece of advice would be, don't get frustrated with Russians not smiling. Just understand the cultural difference and accept it for what it is, and you will have a good time regardless in Russia. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time. This was Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt from an Expat's Russia. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have a question about Russia, let us know in the comments, and we'll answer it in another video.